To yesterday's depiction of the difficult transits the USA is under, we have to add Pluto opposing Mercury, which well describes the ultra-male force aligned with plutocracy and backing the insurrection, and Mercury as the government itself, which they are effectively at war with. Of course, this was already in place all of last year, but in that case it connected more explicitly with Pluto's co-rulership of the 12th house and Mercury's 8th house position to point to the COVID pandemic. Now it's connected to both things. And we also have to add Neptune in opposition to itself and squaring natal Mars for more health trouble signals, since Neptune is in Virgo, a health sign, and Mars rules the 12th, also connected to health. This represents more COVID relation points, but remember that the 12th also rules criminals and insurrectionists. Finally, I showed the Uranus stationing in semi-square to the US Mars, but we need to add that since natal Mars squares natal Neptune, the stationary Uranus must also be in sesquiquadrate, 135 degrees, to natal Neptune. I think it's particularly interesting to notice that the Eris force, representing the female gender as well as all matters of race, gender, and nativity that have in one way or another been left behind, is transiting in the 5th of elections and has effectively dealt a massive blow to the forces of Pluto, as would be predicted by the square, the house it is in, and the fact that its position in Aries, being a warrior planet and therefore finding comfort in that sign, makes it more powerful than Pluto. So this is a lot of action, and all at the same time, and definitely well describes and reflects the current state of anxiety in this country. But I nonetheless remain confident in my belief that Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, as the two most important planets transiting through the best sign for democracy, represent a strong indication that we can get through this, despite the uncertainty and danger we must now go through. It's true that the 81+ million that voted Democrat are going to feel nervous. It's totally understandable, but I think when all of this shakes out, it's the 74+ million, or at least a good portion of such, that will feel the greater disappointment, and some in that group will have to pay a price for their treachery. Deservedly and very much so.